Good day, everyone. Ali is here from Safi Financial Network. Today is March 18th, 2022, Friday evening, and just 2 days prior Persian New Year. Happy New Year to all Persian folks. Hope you have a wealthy, healthy year, and hopefully everything is going well for you and for your loved ones. All right, so let's start with S&P 500. This is I'm not taking too much credit to Elliott Wave. As you know, I'm not fan of this, but this is kind of like a new thing, that new analysis that I want to give you. I had it once before or twice before, but I just want to continue and see if we can go over it time to time to see where are we at. But again, I'm not a fan of Elliott Wave analysis, just because I think it's very lagging analysis rather than leading analysis. Anyway, so here is the top of the 2000, and then coming back down, and then 2008, 07 top, and then crash. So this is a wave 3, and the wave 1 and 2 actually goes back all the way to World War II. So I don't have a chart here, but in the other chart I have it. But anyway, here is the wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 is going to be all the way up to here. That's what I have, just above 5,000. And from here to here, there are lots of volatility, as you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here in this area, if you just followed my previous analysis, this is monthly chart, by the way, my previous Elliott analysis, I told you exactly we are heading to a wave 4 of the final move to the upside, and this is going to be wave 5, within the 5, like everything is going to be ended here. And after that, we are going to see a multi-year bear market. But again, that multi-year bear market is not going to start right away. It's going to take time from here to here to get in that. I know lots of people are bearish still here, but I don't. And pretty simple, just because my analysis, price action, Elliott Wave, indicators, everything told me that we are not into market crash now. We are into a sizable correction, and everyone is getting bearish here. And previously I just mentioned it, this box is for previous analysis. If you just find out, I try to put it into link here above, and then you can see that. But this box is not new. This box is for a while ago, and we expecting prices getting there. A maximum target is going to be 41.74, and then I change it to 41.27, 41.25, and we just hit that level last month and this month, and then we are getting back up again. So we are in middle of the month of the March, so we cannot rely on the monthly chart just because we are at the middle of the March, but we have 2 weeks left to finish the month. But so far this candle is pretty good, and also the price action, the bottoming formation is pretty good here in the monthly chart. So I have no doubt that we are getting back to the bullish. If we close the monthly chart above this level, or just keep ourselves here, if it stays here, that would be very good sign for the market. That market probably bottom here for at least for a year or two before we are getting to this parabolic euphoria phase. But right now we are into good shape to see a rounding formation for the bottom to get another rally probably to the upside. And this is the monthly chart. As far as we are above this level, as far as we are above, again, 4,000 area, I should say, we are okay. Based on the monthly chart, we are okay. So if we are getting below this, then I have to just recount and reanalyze everything. But so far we are on the track. But am I going to jump on board to buy all the stocks just because I already invested in? But the money that I have in cash and contribution, I'm not going to buy every single day when I see the levels actually we are getting back. I'm just waiting to see if market gives me another correction to buy back a good quality stocks. Right now, I'm fully invested. I have no doubt that we are above this pivot, as everyone actually can see that we are above this pivot. So there is nothing wrong, just 2 months correction, and this month is bullish month after 2 months correction, which is again cycle 60 days and then coming back up. So again, there is nothing wrong with the chart, with the monthly chart. As far as I know, moving averages are good, spacing here is good. So we can move on to the weekly chart, and here's the weekly chart. Weekly chart is pretty interesting. You see, this week, after January 2020 started, we had a very, very sizable correction. But this week is absolutely, this is a one white soldier candle, and this is absolutely bullish. No one can say this is just a dead cat bounce, just because in lower time frame or a smaller time frame, I can show you we are breaking above a very, very nice resistance. The next resistance level is going to be here, which is going to be this area and this area. So if I want to just put a chart there, the next level of resistance is going to be here, exactly just along with SMA 20 on the weekly chart. So that is a pretty important level. I just pointed out here. So 41, 42 is going to be next resistance level, which probably we will hit next week. So if we hit next week here and then we have a pullback, I'm not going to be surprised. All right. So everything can possible to hitting this trend, to hitting this resistance area. But I want to show you something pretty neat and interesting. So this pivot holds here pretty good, like just 4 shadows. This one is just barely, if you can count it. But these 3, we just pierced it 3 times and then coming back up. So it seems like there are lots of supports here. If we take out this pivot, that would be very, very ugly for the market. But so far, we are holding up pretty well. And this this bullish candle, look at the size of this candle. I haven't seen such this reversal in weekly chart. If I go back here, even here, you can say, or here, or here. So bottom of COVID crash or any of these either cases, you can see price is going back up, and after that a very, very exhaustive rally. This is an exhaustive rally. What do I mean by exhaustive? So it is not very, very parabolic and sexy. It is not a sharp. Everyone is expecting market is going to roll over next day, and you see this is a sloping 45-degree, very, very exhaustive. Even bulls are very fearful. Bears are going to be toasted because every single week they say, okay, there is going to be another rollover and market coming back up, market coming back up. So I would say if we are getting back above this SMA 20 and weekly chart, we are getting back to the bullish momentum, and probably we are going all the way back to here. These are my 3 resistance area. I would say 5,200, that would be the first target, and a first target is going to be 49,887, which is pretty close to 5,000. Let's call it 5,000, and then after that, level by level, I will update you. But so far, we are getting back to the bullish momentum. There is no doubt about it. This is not a dead cat bounce. I would say this is the beginning of the next rally. But again, my analysis could be wrong. Yeah, for sure, it could be wrong. But based on this data now, I'm not going to say this is a head and shoulder or something like that, because this head and shoulder is triggered already. So this is a shoulder, this one is triggered, and we are getting back up again above this neckline, and this is very bullish. We are getting back up again above this SMA 50 on the weekly chart. This is bullish. We are getting back up again above this trend line, above this pivot, sorry, and this is very bullish. So, and also the volume for this candle was amazing. Like especially this pivot is very, very amazing based on the volume, and volume kind of resembling to this COVID crash here. So based on this, I'm slightly getting to like a full confident of the bullish side. Just waiting to see how market is doing, like what exactly price action is going to be forward for the next couple of weeks. If you go to the weekly daily chart, So here is the daily chart, and as you see here, market just hold up pretty well. This is a 5 wave going down for S&P 500, and this 5 wave completed, as you see here, and we are getting back up above this pivot, which is pretty good resistance. And now we are just hitting, if you go here, we are just hitting a 200 SMA on the daily chart, and we are closing above SMA 20, SMA 50. That is going to be a bullish sign for the market. As far as we hold above this, that is going to be bullish. And another thing that I would like to mention here is if you just use your Fibonacci retracement from this pivot all the way down to here, so we are just closing above 50% Fibonacci, which gives us confidence that we are going back up again to test this 61.8. Lots of bearish people, I would say, lots of bearish people are waiting price retracing back to here to take a short position, and probably they will get some gain, just because market for sure is going to react to this level. Why? Because we have two main SMA here, and we have another weekly SMA here, as I show you here, like here, this one, and exactly the same level. And also in the daily chart, again going back, we have very nice pivot here, which initiate the last drop for the market from here. So that level is very important, and that is going to be 45.50. So 45.50, just want to put like another rectangular here. So 45.50 is pretty important for the market. Market needs to, S&P needs to close above this area, close above 4600 in daily and weekly chart. If we close above this, then we are going to see a nice parabolic move, probably to the upside here to 47 or so. So this is very critical and very important for the market. Next week, I would say, is we are getting there, and we should see how market is going to react. I assume the next couple of days would be kind of bullish for the market. But when we are getting to the Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that, when we are hitting to this area, that would be pretty interesting to see how market is going to react. So for now, 4 consecutive days, bullish days, we will give market benefit of doubt, just because we haven't seen this rally after this sharp sell-off. We had 3 consecutive days, but not 4 consecutive days rally. All right. So after this pivot, and also one low, one higher low, so 3 higher lows down the road, that gives us a leapfrog pattern, and you see how market react to the upside. Again, 45.51 is going to be important level for S&P 500. Okay, so let's go to NASDAQ. So here is the monthly chart for NASDAQ, and I just posted this one here. It is very important to see how market is reacting to some sort of levels. And here's the pivot, and then here is the testing. It doesn't stretch enough to test this level, but that could be like a little bit higher or a little bit lower. I would just that would be ideal if I would see this one is coming down to test this trend line, but it didn't. But this candle is pretty bullish. Like this is a monthly chart for NASDAQ, and we just testing SMA twice, and then we are just closing above this so far. So the month of March is not finished yet. We will finish it in 2 weeks now, and we should see how market is reacting to this level. But this so far is very bullish. We have nice sizable correction, even in COVID crash, with just going down to this level twice and then coming back up. So if we close above this level, I'm going to say, if you're seeing NASDAQ close above 14,000, let's put it down there. Yeah. So 14,725. that would be a level for Nasdaq to see how market is reacting, just because this bullish bar engulfed here. I would say this is very important level. So Nasdaq needs to finish above this, then it can go all the way up to here probably. That's what I assume for the next 6 months or so, and that is my level. For now, I'm bullish on Nasdaq just because we are holding up this pivot very nicely. Going to weekly chart, and as you see here, weekly chart, we are getting above this. So this is pretty nice. SMA 100 on the weekly chart, we are just testing here, and look what happened here to Nasdaq. So here's the level for Nasdaq, just price holding up pretty well, this pivot area. And if you go to indicator, probably some people are interested. Oh boy, just give me a second. Here is the RSI, which is getting very bearish to the oversold area, and it is pretty similar to COVID crash. Just COVID crash goes all the way down to just spacing of the moving average is not like this. So the price is going back all the way down to SMA 200, almost 200 on S&P on the Nasdaq on the weekly chart, and RSI just hit here. And this week, to be honest, RSI goes back here. So don't look at now, just because at the beginning of the week, RSI was here, exactly here, just at this uptick was down there. So market had a very nice reversal last 4 days, and hold up pretty nicely this pivot low here, and we are going to see, and there are two levels for Nasdaq that we should take a look at. One is here, and actually there is one, no other two, just one. I thought that this one doesn't along with this, but this one is coming along pretty nicely, and this is going to be a nice level for Nasdaq. So 14,725 is going to be level. And as I said, in monthly chart, this level needs to be broken above, and after that we can see Nasdaq is going all the way back to here. So this is 15,000, and above 15,500 we're going to test new all-time high, and probably all-time high. And it is pretty early to say that, but this candle, I would say again, look at the price action. So this candle on the weekly chart with a very nice volume, this one is pretty similar to this. And to be honest, this is a double bottom here on the SMA 100. This is pretty nice, especially with this reading and this reversal. It gives me opportunity or confidence that we are going to see lots of bullishness in the market rather than bearishness. And here is the week daily chart. And daily chart, we just close above SMA 50, the daily chart. And as you see here, if you go again, use a Fibonacci retracement here. So if you put it down there, you can see the difference between this one and this. So this 38% Fibonacci is closed above this, and the next level is going to be here. So I would say this level and this level. So 15,000, 15,027, 14,858 is going to be very nicely reversal point for the Nasdaq, as we are experiencing a bearishness here through this pivot and through this pivot here. The good thing for Nasdaq is we just hit this pivot needs this pivot actually initiate this lower low, and now we are engulfing this pivot, and this doesn't happen for S&P 500. This happens for Nasdaq. So again, they are pretty similar, but Nasdaq had bigger correction and now shows bigger rally, just because it gives us a leading indicator that this pivot initiate this low. Now we are going back to higher high, which is higher than this low. Sorry, not higher, higher than this low. And we need to see if market goes up here, Nasdaq goes up here, and then coming back down here to test this level, and then going to another rally. That would be higher high, and we are going to see, okay, market is going back to the bullish momentum right now. Okay, next stop is going to be US 30 or Dow Jones. Okay, here is the Dow Jones monthly chart, and as you see here, compared to the other indexes, Dow Jones had a better performance just because it doesn't retrace that much. Dow Jones was almost in consolidation phase for a year, or I should say, yeah, April 2021. For a year, it is in kind of like a consolidation phase. It's not going very, very high. It's not going very, very down. So this is a megaphone pattern, kind of, that gives me a very, this is a very aggressive pattern, to be honest. When you see a higher high, lower low, lower low, higher high, this is a very aggressive pattern. And whenever this pattern breaks through to the either way, that is going to be very, very aggressive move to the upside or downside. So I'm not sure if you're getting downside more or upside more, but based on the comparison to the other indexes, Dow Jones is potentially setting off for the upside, but not like Nasdaq or S&P 500 or even Russell 2000. And let's look at this. So here I'm just connecting this pivot to this pivot and then continue. And look how cool it reacts to this pivot on the monthly chart. So this is pretty simple. I'm not using very, very complicated analysis or so. So this is a pivot. This is a pivot. Even I just delete this. So this is the pivot. This is the pivot. This is the pivot. We just retrace it and then piercing through and then coming back. When we get through, we're going to see another pullback, and this is a reversal. This is very bullish pattern, to be honest. This is very, very bullish pattern. When we see there is a resistance breakthrough and then coming back down, this resistance acts as a support and then coming back up again. So probably we are going to see a nice rally to the upside, and let me just show you exactly where are we heading to, just because I show for the other ones. And the next rally would be 39.99. So I would say 40,000 for Dow Jones Industrial is going to be a fair possibility for the next few months, or at least by 2023. I would say Dow Jones can hit 40,000. Right now we are at 34,000. So some people are saying probably no, we can't get 20% or so in this year, just because we are at the very, very fragile situation, lots of geopolitical tension. Federal Reserve is going to increase the rate or so. So I don't say those things are going to be wrong or right, but I'm just looking at the chart. So based on this chart, I had like different analysis for those ones as well. So Federal Reserve, even if it's gonna increase the rate, it doesn't kill the market right away. Yes, it will kill eventually, but not this year. So look at 2004 to 2006-7, Federal Reserve keep increasing the rate, market is going higher. Look at year for 95 to 97, 98, 99, market is going higher and higher. Fed rate is going higher as well. So it doesn't kill the market right away, but it will kill eventually. That is very, very important. Some people are very, very early to the party, I would say. So this gives me opportunity or confidence that market is going, or Dow Jones is going to be another rally and then rolling over back down to the multi-year bear market. And going to the weekly chart, if you're going to the weekly chart, Dow Jones again shows kind of nice reversal. As you see here, we have a very, very nice one white soldier on the pivot. This is very, very important. A low, higher low, higher low, this is a nice reversal pattern to the upside, and as you see here, we are getting close, the weekly chart, above this pivot, and this is very, very important. Above this pivot, above this pivot, above this pivot, and we are just hitting the resistance here. So if it closes next week, I would say next week is going to be very, very important for lots of indexes, and I'm not going to be surprised if a market is hitting the resistance and then coming back down for just a short-term correction. So next stop is going to be Russell 2000. So Russell, let's go to daily chart. Russell 2000 is very, very interesting. Is this a similar pattern to the head and shoulder? Or reverse head and shoulder, I should say. Just getting to the educational purpose. Yeah, it is very, very nice reverse head and shoulder that is going to about trigger. And the next levels for Russell 2000 is obviously this level is going to be very, very important. I would say this resistance here, just right there, above the Russell 2000. And the next resistance level is going to be here, right? So this reverse head and shoulder is very, very interesting. Just as you see here, right shoulder, head, and here is the left shoulder. Left shoulder, head, and then doubled right shoulder. Yeah, you can roll it out. And then this one is a neckline. So Russell is in neckline, right? So if that neckline breakthrough, we're going to see this one for 21.47 or 43, and then 22.71 is going to be next resistance, and also these ones are very, very strong resistance in front of the Russell 2000. All right, so here is the weekly analysis for this week. I'm going to give you another one, probably another ones for the technology stocks later this weekend. And make sure that follow me in the YouTube. Technical Analysis with Ali is the channel, and if you're not subscribed already, please do so and push the ring or bell button to just give you notification when any updates or any intraday updates or any weekly updates will be posted in the channel. And the channel that I'm actively posting my analysis is in Telegram, which is Safi Financial Network, and all the analysis are going to be free there, and make sure that subscribe to that channel as well. All right, have a good weekend. Hope you enjoy your weekend with your loved ones. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.